Welcome to the rules for the top 13 for the third quarter, and we've had some modifications here. It's based on a 1 to 5 point system now, and the bonus points for weekly recurring programs will be still 5. The penalties for grossly false information or clickbait will still be negative 25. Any negative 5 points will be deducted for any cheat videos or actions that might cause a player to be banned by Massive. Negative 1 point for any stream with no duration, no music, basically just turn on the stream, nothing's there other than, there's no editing, no nothing like that. Again, this is content, not a streaming video. And there's also a negative 1 point for any language other than English, meaning that most of the watchers that are being judged here and what they're doing. For example, the highest point value is the 5 points. Those are guides, how-tos, breakdowns, and we're going to bump the stories on the game lore up to 5 points. But those videos, we're giving them the biggest point value to encourage people to help the player base out. That's what the content creators should be having kept in mind. So that's the reason why we're going to give those 5 points. These are going to get the how-tos, the breakdowns, the guides. So if you're going to break down an item on how to do something step by step, or how to do a raid or something like that. Not a build. Builds go in their own category, and we'll explain those. And those get a buff this time. So now we're up to the 4-point videos, and we're going to bump the build videos up a point. They're very popular by the players. I know they do change a lot because as the gear sets change, but we're also going to put them in the same category as gears, talents, and exotics. So when you break those down, we're going to be able to get those done. Now, this overall category is limited to 15 videos in this category a week. So you can't do 15 on gears and 15 on talents and 15 on exotics and 15 on builds. No, 15 per thing. So we're going to limit that to 5 builds per week at 4 points. If you do another 5, that's going to get a minus 1 point. So the next 5 is only going to be worth 3 points. And if you do 5 more builds, it's only going to get another negative point. Those 11 through 15 are going to only get 2 points for a build. Now in the 3-point category, before we used to include those season videos, and many a times we're covering items that's only going to be included, like the global events are only included for maybe a few days, a week or two at the most. The manhunts for the whole season, I can see that, and if we need to address that, we can see how that is. But the season videos are now going to get 1 point less here at 3. News is going to stay at 3, and that includes like anything in the PTS. So if you're talking about PTS and you're talking about exotic, you're not going to get 4 points, you're going to get 3 points, because again, the PTS is more news. This is what could happen, because we don't really know that that's exactly how it's going to be until it comes out. It's not really fact. It's kind of test, so it falls into the news category. Statistic videos like how to compile the math, the numbers, number crunching, things like the top 13, that's going to fall in this category, the 3 points. It's not going to be up there any higher than that. Weekly vendor resets are going to get buffed. Now, before you get excited about that, some of you have really done that, and a lot of you do the weekly vendor and the Cassie vendor. Those are going to be limited to 2 a week, one for the weekly resets of the vendors and one for the Cassie for the week. unless there's an exception or a glitch in the program or some special phenomenon, and we'll post that if there is, there's only going to be credit for 2 videos. So if you want to break a video out for each little vendor, you're only going to get 3 points for all those videos. Then you'll get 3 more points for the Cassie, and that's it for the week. All the daily, farm this, farm that, that's actually going to be in a different category. We used to give all the vendors set resets 2, and we limited to 10. So now we're going to give you a buff for the weekly vendor and the Cassie weekly video, because that lasts a week long. So we're going to give you 3 points for doing those. Down here in the 2s, those are going to stay the same. Streams and commentaries. So if you're doing a video on your team, your clan against another clan in the DZ, in conflict or something like that, like Frog the God and those guys do, they're going to be limited to 15 overall in the week, like they always have been. And after 10 videos, they're only going to be worth 1 apiece. So the most you're going to be able to get from streams is 25 points a week. This is a content creator, putting the work in there. A stream is a totally different category. We're including them in here. We don't want to exclude them completely, but we don't want them to dominate the category when somebody is like NGN is taking weeks for research and each video and all the charts and graphs, and Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear and all the work he puts in the best of show, and how each gun and getting each gun with the same attributes to really compare them together. Those should not be in the same category as somebody that just flips a switch, turns on the computer, and streams. They're not have the same value. Anybody can just watch you play, and we should give you some credit for that, but it shouldn't be, everything that some of the other people are putting in with all the great content they're putting in. We want to reward. Again, the bottom line is, how are we helping out our customers, our players? That's what I want to do. But again, I'll specify this one more time. You have to do for your channel what your customers want you to do. It's a circle of life. If we're helping them enjoy the game, they're playing the game more, we have more customers to watch the videos to help them play the game better, everybody wins. So here we are at the 1 point. Now, we've always included the general videos into this category. Those include any from Division 1 videos. Opinion videos, it's just your opinion. It's not really a commentary. When you're trying to say, I'm better than this person, those are definitely opinion videos. Each person has their own thing. We're here to, as the community, we should be here to build each other up, not tear each other down. The daily buy this and farm reports, and I've done a lot of those myself. They're usually only good for the day. So if you get them done right at the beginning of the day, they're only good for 24, 23, 22. If it takes you to lunch to get the video out, sometimes they're only good for 12, 15 hours a day. So we're going to limit those to giving those 1 point instead of the old 2, and we're going to limit them to 1 a day. I understand we're giving you a bonus for the weekly and the Cassie video, but we're taking away some of the points on that. Again, to emphasize videos that have a longer lasting thing. If your content creator that pulls up this video tomorrow should have some benefit from it that you have today, is what we're trying to promote. So that's the rule, the reason why the rule change. This is what we came up with as we were talking about to try to weight the system, who we can give credit for, who's making the biggest impact to promote the game, to promote players, to help the player base. That's what it's all about. So this is Bear Essentials. I'm Bear Byers. This is an in-depth point evaluation system that we're going to be using the rest of the year.